Now we have started with this chapter enemy, right? And so far we have started that this Dr. Sado and his wife Hannah. Okay, they were very nice people, very generous people, and what they are doing, they are just helping an American. That American was their enemy. Okay, now they were in a fear also that if they are going to help this American, what will happen? They will face a danger. Why? Because the war is going on, and at that time, America and Japan, they both were enemies. So they were in a fear that might be they are going to face a danger if they are going to shelter this enemy. Okay, but then too, as they are so humble and kind, and they do not find any solution to what to do with that injured person, that wounded person, so they finally decided and agreed with each other that they are going to take that person to their place, okay, to their home, and they brought that fellow to their home also. Okay, now when Dr. Sudhir, okay, he wants to clean that person, he wants to clean him because that person, that American, was very dirty. Okay, so first of all, being a doctor, his responsibility was to treat that person. Okay, to treat that wounded person. So for treating him, what he wants to first of all clean him. He was very dirty due to the sand, water, and everything. Right? And because of the blood also. Right? So he decided to do it himself, but what what is there? And I just opposed that, and he told the devils and the servants, they are going to do this work for us. We should not do this. Okay, we should not clean this fellow. Right, children? Now they had decided to tell the servants. They were second thing they were worried about was that might be they were worried about that might be what happened. The servants are going to oppose. Fine, because they are very pure in their race. They were like they will never allow a American an enemy to their house. They were worried about the servants also. Okay, that if they are going to do the police, then what will happen? We will be in a danger in something. So Hannah just gave her a, we can say, just comfort that child, comfort the Dr. Sudhir, his husband, by telling that we will just inform the servants that once he was recovered, when this person, this American, was being recovered, then we are going to hand him over to the police. Okay, and she confirmed it with Sudhir also. Now, in the last slide, children, we had studied that what happened, they were just deciding to tell the servants now that the American was there in their house, okay, and they both left that place, they both left that bedroom in which the American was there. Now we started further. She turned to the nursery and called Moon. Now what is nursery? See, nursery is a children's room, okay, so she just went to the children's room, and from outside only she called Uni. But the children heard her noise, and she had to go in for a moment and smile at them and play with the baby boy, now nearly 3 months old. Now what happened, children, as she went to the nursery this Hannah, the children were there. Okay, so they heard her voice and they started calling her. So she has to go inside. She went inside and played with her baby boy, who was now 3 months old. On the baby's soft black hair, she motioned with her mouth, Yumi, come with me. And slowly, or very softly, she speak. Okay, she held the baby in her hand and very softly she speak that Yumi, just come with me. Okay, now she wants to tell the servants. So that's why she told Yumi to come with her. I will put the baby to bed, Yumi replied. He said. He's ready, means he's ready to sleep. So what did Yumi say? Yumi replied that the baby was ready to sleep and that she must put it and to sleep before accompanying him. Decided to put him into the sleep, the bedroom. Okay, was ready to sleep now. She went to Yumi. She went with Yumi to the bedroom next to the nursery and stood by the boy in her arms while Yumi spread the sleeping quilts on the floor and led the baby between them. Now, what did Hannah had the baby, and they went to that bedroom of the children, and which is next to the nursery. And what did Yumi do? Yumi spread the sleeping quilts and they just let the baby between them. Okay, and then they both left. Then Henna led the way quickly and softly to the kitchen. Two servants were frightened at what their master has told them. Now, by this time, what we came to know that Dr. Sudhir had already told the servants. Only we don't know about it. Okay, rest all the servants knows about it. They have already told. So what happened? That Henna they just led the way as they walked very. She walked very quickly and they started moving towards the kitchen. When they went there, when they went to the kitchen, what happened? The two servants in the kitchen were scared. Okay, they were scared after hearing what their master has told them. What the master told about that the American was there in the house. Okay, now the old gardener, who was also a house servant, pulled his few hairs on his upper lips. Now, what is the old gardener? Okay, he was also a house servant. Okay, so what he was doing, he was just pondering over and about the news which his master has given him, and he was just pulling his what hair from his upper lips. The master ought not to heed the hope of this white man, he said bluntly to Henna. And what does this old gardener do? This old gardener spoke very bluntly to Henna. What he said that Shadau must not feed the injured man. He said that this Shadau must not feed this injured person. Okay. Now he was an old person and a little bit superstitious also. Okay. So what he said, the white man ought to die. First he was shot, then the sea caught him and wounded him with her rocks. If the master feels that what the gun did and what the sea did, they will take revenge on us. Now I told you he's a little bit superstitious. As he's a old person, so he was a superstitious person. What he told Hannah, firstly he talked very bluntly to Hannah and he told her that the master should not help that or treat that injured person. And then he said that why he was saying this, he reasoned this that the man was destined to die. He said that this person is going to die. At any cost, he has to die. Why? Because firstly, he had been wounded by a gunshot, and secondly, the rock of the sea wounded him. So see, they said that if Sudhir is going to heal this or treat his wounds or treat this person, this injured person, what will happen? The gun and the sea, they are going to take the revenge from Sudhir. So he was a superstitious person. Okay, he was telling that this gun and this sea, everybody has written this. They don't want this person to live. Okay, and if this Dr. Sudhir is going to help him or treat him or just cure him or heal his wounds, then what will happen? Then these gun and these seeds, everybody is going to take revenge from Dr. Sudhir. Okay. I will tell him what you say. Hannah replied first. But Hannah, in a very humble way, this girl, this Hannah, she said that, okay, whatever you are saying, whatever message you want to give to her, I will give her. I will give her. But she herself was also frightened, although she was not superstitious as the old man was. What is the point here, children? The Hannah, okay, she was also frightened. Okay, why she was frightened? She was frightened because she was not frightened because she was superstitious. She was frightened because she knows this thing that if we are going to help this person, if we are going to keep this person for a long time in our house, and if somebody knows about it, okay, then we will be in a danger. She was worried about that. She was frightened about that thing. Okay, she was not superstitious. She was not frightened about that the sea and the gun is going to harm my husband. No, she was frightened because she knows that by helping these fellows, they will be in a danger. So could I ever be well to help an enemy? Now she was questioning herself that is this okay that we are helping this enemy? We have brought him home. Is this okay? We are doing right, or there is something going to happen? Nevertheless, she told Yumi to fetch the hot water and bring it to the room where the white man walked. Okay, in spite of all these things, whatever, still she asked Yumi to get the hot water. Okay, and into the room where the white man was. Okay, so she wanted that Yumi should brought hot water into the white man's room. She went ahead and slid back the partition. Sudhir was not yet there. Now, when she went with Yumi, when Hina went to this white man room, what he saw that Dr. Sudhir was not there in the room. Okay, Yumi following put down a wooden bucket. Yumi told Yumi to brought hot water, so Yumi brought hot water in a wooden bucket. Then she went over to the white man. When she saw him, her thick lips folded themselves into stubble. What happened, children? This Yumi, okay, she kept this wooden bucket in that white man's room, and when she saw that white man, this Yumi, okay, this is the reaction of Yumi now after seeing the white man. So when she saw this white man, what happened? Her thick lips folded, and the expression on her face, which this indicated her stubbornness. She becomes stubborn. Means she is feeling. She had a feeling of dislike. She's disliking that white man. Okay. I never have washed a white man, she said, and I will not wash a dirty one now. What she said, that I have never washed a white man, I have never touched a white man in my life. And he is so dirty, I'm not going to wash him, not at any cost. This word he said with very stubborn behavior. Okay. Now here Yumi is showing a stubborn behavior to Hannah. Okay. Hannah cried at her sibling, "You will do what your master commands you." Now Hannah becoming angry. Okay, earlier also she was very tense as a white man was there in their house. She was already tensed about all these things. Okay. Now what she did, she simply shouted at her and she told her that I am your master and I am commanding you to wash this man and you will do this. Okay. There was so fierce a look of resistance on Yumi's round jeweled face that Hannah felt unreasonably afraid. Now Yumi, what she did, she stared at Hannah very dangerously. Okay, she was looking at Hannah and she was just staring at him, staring at her. So Hannah felt little afraid. Why she was afraid? She was not afraid as Yumi was looking at her in a very angry way to her. No. She was not afraid because of that. She was afraid because after all, if the servant should report something that was not as it happened. She was afraid because they were the servants. Okay. If might be they just went out and they informed the army or the police that we are sheltering a white man and what all things they are going to say to that police and we will be in a danger. So here what is happening here? She's afraid, this Hannah is afraid because not of the look which Yumi had given him, an angry look. She was not afraid of the angry look. She was afraid of what? She was afraid of the things which are going to happen. Okay, she was afraid that if the servants will go out and they will inform somebody, they will inform the police and everyone, and then we will be in a danger. So she was afraid of that thing. Okay, so she shouted, and then she realized that I should not shout to the servant because they are servants. Okay, they will go out and they will inform the police, and then we will be in danger. Okay, because they know that being the nice person, they know that being a doctor, he knows he is doing right. He is just treating an injured person. But that injured person is who? He was an enemy of them. So this is the wrong thing which is happening. So they were a little already they were afraid and frightened because of all these things. Very well, she said with dignity. You understand, we only want to bring him to the senses so that we can turn him over as a prisoner. Now, what is there? Earlier, though, Hannah shouted very loudly at Yumi, but now she became very polite. And in a very polite and humble way, with respect, she said that please try to understand, okay, we only want him to bring him to his senses. We are not sheltering him, we are not helping him, we don't have any sympathy for that prisoner. We only want him that he should come to his senses. Okay, I will have nothing to do with it. Yumi said, I am a poor person and it is not my business. But Yumi said, see that I don't have any relation with all these things. Okay, don't indulge me in all these things. So saying that I'm a poor person, it is not my business. He said that I'm just a poor person. Okay, and this is not my business. This is not my work. I'm not going to help you in this matter. Then please, Hannah said gently, return to your home. And in a very gentle way, again, Hannah told Yumi, kindly return to her work. At once, Yumi left the room. What she did, she just left the room at once. But this left Hannah with the white man. Now Hannah was alone with the white man. Okay, she might have been too afraid to stay that her anger on Yumi's stubbornness now sustained. Now what happened? She was earlier also, I told you in the last class, that she was very afraid. She don't want to stay with that white man because he was their enemy. So now she was left behind with that white man and she was all alone. So she was little afraid. Okay, she was afraid, and because of that, the anger which was there for you, it continued. Okay, she was afraid, and because of that, that frightenedness which was there in her, she was showing the anger on Yumi. Okay, she was showing the anger on Yumi now. Stupid Yumi, she muttered furiously. Is this anything but a man and a wounded, helpless man? What she said, that is Yumi stupid. She can't see that this is just a normal person. This is a normal fellow. Okay? And on the other hand, he was wounded. He can't do anything. She can't even wash. She was afraid. And because of that thing, she just showing her anger to Yumi. In the conviction of her own superiority, she bent impulsively and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. Okay, now what here, children? Now she just wanted Hannah just first of all she just say some words, and then what happened? She What did she believe that here in the conviction of her own superiority, she believed that she was superior to Uni and she should not behave in such a way. She believed that Uni was a servant and she should not do like this. If they have brought this person, then they have to do something. So what she did, she just bent down and she untied that knotted rugs. Okay, she just opened the knots of the clothes and she started cleaning the white man. When she had his breast bare, she dipped a small clean towel that Yumi had brought into the steaming hot water and washed his face carefully. Now what she did, when she opened his front clothes, okay, what she did, she just dipped the towel in the hot water and started cleaning his face and upper body. Okay. The man's skin, though rough with exposure, was of fine texture and must have been very old when he was a child. Now, what did she saw that when she cleaned the face of that American, okay, this Hannah saw that this person, okay, this fellow, this American, his skin was very rough. Why? Because of he was for a long time he was there in the sun. So because of that exposure, his skin became rough. But the texture, the color of his skin was very clear, very white. So it was very, we can see that the color of his skin was very good. Okay. So he thought that while she was thinking these thoughts, texture must have been very good when he was child. And what she was thinking that when he was child, might be he looks very good and his color was very fair. While she was thinking these thoughts, though not really liking the man better now that he was no longer a child. She was thinking all these things, okay, while cleaning the person. But she did not like the man, and as he was not a child now, okay, she was just thinking of all these things while cleaning him. But she did not turn him over, okay. But she didn't have the courage to turn that man's. She kept on washing him until his upper body was clean. She cleaned the upper body, but she don't have the courage to turn that fellow and just clean the back also. She don't have that courage left. Where was the girl? Now her anger was building, and she was anxious again, and she rose, wiping her hands on the door top. What happened? She just get up, she just got panic and she just stand up and she said, where is the girl? And her anger was now decreasing, okay? It was decreasing gradually, it was coming down. Earlier she was very angry with me. Actually, she was not angry, she was afraid. And because of this, she was showing her anger. But now she became calm, she started decreasing, his anger started decreasing, and she just rose, she just get up from her place, wiping her hands in the wrong corner. And I told you, she was panicked. Okay, so in that only she just wiped her hands with the wrong towel. What is the wrong towel? The towel from which she has washed that, she has cleaned that white pen. From that towel only, she just wiped her hands. Then least the man be changed, she put the quilt over it. And she felt that this person is feeling cold. So she put the quilt on him. So now Hannah called softly, and so she started calling Sudha, okay, very softly in a very low tone. He had been about to come in when she called, and as she called Sudha, Sudha just came inside the room of that American. His hand had been on the door, and now he opened. She saw that he had brought his surgeon emergency bag, and that he wore his surgeon coat. Now, what did she saw? She saw that what he did, he has brought his surgeon emergency bag, and he has wore his surgeon coat. When Sudho came inside, he had his the kit which he used for the surgery, and he is wearing that coat which he used to wear during the surgeries, during the operation. Okay. You have decided to operate, she cried. She shouted loudly that he wanted to operate this fellow. Yes, he said shortly. What he said? Yes. Only he answered yes. He didn't give any explanation to his wife. He turned his back to her and unfolded the sterilized towel upon the floor of the enclosure and put his instruments out upon it. What he did, he just unfolded the sterilized towel. He just opened it. He just took out all the instruments he needed for the operation. Okay, and he just opened the towel on where the meaning is written in your book. Okay, it means that okay, he has opened on the carpet which was lying there. He opened that sterilized towel on the carpet and he started taking out all the instruments which he needed for his operation, during his operation. Okay. Fetch towels, he said. And he told his wife, now he commanded his wife to fetch means to bring towels. Go and bring the towels. She went obediently, but how when she down to the left sleeves and took out the towels. Obediently went to the cupboard and she just got the towels. There ought also to be the old pieces of matting so that the blood could not rend the fine garments. Now what she thought, while she was taking the towels, she thought that if my husband has decided to do the operation of this injured person, so she thought that in spite of stopping him from doing it, I should do something to save my mattresses. Okay. Now she was thinking about the mattresses. So she decided that she will bring some pieces of old mats. Okay. And she will place under that mat so that whatever blood or whatever things will come out during the operation, they will not destroy her mat. So she decided to put that plastic sheets, we can say matting is a plastic sheets under that person. She went out to the back veranda where the gardener kept strips of matting with which to protect delicate shrubs in the cold nights and took an armful of them. What she did, she just went to the back veranda and there the gardener has kept some old matting, some plastic sheets he had kept, while he had kept just to cover the delicate flowers, delicate shrubs in the cold season. So he had kept it there. So what Anira did, she picked all of them so that she can place it while under the American while the operation was going on. But when she went back into the room, she saw this was when by collecting all the towels and all that meant she went back to the room. What she saw that all things are useless. The blood had already soaked through the packing in the man's bone and had rent the man under him. Now the blood, I told you that their gun hole was open. Okay, and what the doctor did that time, just to stop the bleeding, he filled the gun hole with the sea moss. Okay, but blood is still coming. So when they placed that American on the mat, what happened? That blood which was there in the bag, it had already spoiled the mat. So there was already a blood stain on the mat. Oh, the mat, she cried. And after looking at the blood stain, what she said, she just cried that, oh, my mat, it has been damaged, it has been destroyed. Yes, it Prince Siddharth replied as though he did not care. What did Siddharth say? That he didn't care about the mat, he was just thinking about that in the injured person. And he said, yes, this is right. I know. Okay. Help me to turn him, he commanded. And commanded his wife again to help her to turn that person. She obeyed him without a word and began to wash the man's back carefully. What did she do? She just obeyed his husband and they both started, Dr. Shiva, he started washing the back of the man. Yumi would not wash him, she said. Now Hannah wants to tell Hannah wants that Dr. Shiva should know about it. That Yumi didn't wash. I do this thing. I have washed his upper body. Okay, his front body, I have washed that. So she told her husband that I have washed. Okay, Yumi didn't did this. Did you wash? Then Sudhav asked. Sudhav said that did you did this? Did you wash this person? Not stopping for a moment in the stiff, concise movements. And what is this? He was not stopping. He was doing his work. Okay, he was talking to Hannah. While talking to Hannah, he was not stopping. He is doing his work. Yes, she said. He said, yes, I did this. Okay. He did not seem to hear her, but she was used to his explosion when he was at work. When she said, yes, yes, I did it. So she felt that he didn't listen to her. Okay, and she was used to these things. Okay, why? Because when Dr. Sudhir was in work, he was so engaged in his work that he didn't want to hear any gossips or anything. Okay, he was only concentrating on his work. He wondered for a moment if it mattered to him what was the body upon which he worked so long, as it was the work he did so excellently. Now, Hannah was thinking that if my husband, he is a very excellent doctor, he's a very excellent surgeon, but now he is working on a injured person, he's treating an injured person. So she was just thinking of it that if my husband is going to give the same treatment as he's giving to his other patient, he will do this work more excellently or in the same way. Okay, she was thinking that in spite of thinking of it that he was my enemy, he was his enemy. Might be he just got distracted from his work. Is all these things are going to happen? She's thinking of all these things. Okay, children.